What's up, guys? It's Scion, and I am back, and we are looking at another Should I Play. This is going to be Elder Scrolls Online, and I have to say this off the bat, and I have to make a disclaimer. Every single Should I Plays are not full reviews. What they are is they basically give you a heads up on how the game plays and how I think the game plays, and should you actually spend money, I'll give you stats overall on what the game cost, and should you come in and how you should feel about that. Even show you how to get games cheaper. So as we go right into this game, it's just going to be a brief overview, and we're going to have 15 points, and I always give you the points according to what I have actually done in the game, and I will not tell you anything that I have not actually done in the game. So let's get in right off the bat. Number one is the pricing plan. Now the pricing plan is once you get the game, and originally it was like a buy subscription game. It still technically is a subscription game, but I'm gonna explain that in a second. It used to be like that, but now we have a straight fee, so it's kind of like a buy to play game with a freemium afterward. So the straight fee is $29.99, and you get the Tamriel Unlimited. And the Tamriel Unlimited allows you to basically play everything that you would like to play, and then on top of that, what you can do is you can go a little bit higher, which is called Gold, the Gold Edition. And the Gold Edition pretty much is going to have all four of the DLCs that have come out, and on top of the four DLCs, you have you pretty much don't have to pay for anything else until they come out within the DLC season. I believe this is it for the DLC season, and whatever they come up with after that is going to be added on to something else. Now, what you can do if you want to make things a little bit cheaper on you, if you feel you're not ready to embark on spending that much money for it, what you can actually do is do the $29.99, which is a Tamriel Unlimited, and you can actually get the ESO Plus, and the ESO Plus will allow you to have 1 month access, which is like a subscription, 1 month access to have all the DLC that have come out with the game. So pretty much what happened is they decided from everybody who bought the game originally, you now have the game free for life minus the DLC. So if you want to do, if you want the DLC, you can just pay monthly, or you can go, if you can update yourself to Gold Edition and just deal away with all that altogether. Now, updating the Gold Edition, if you feel that you're going to be playing the game that is the best deal for you, updating yourself to Gold Edition. Look at me getting Texas. That's fine. That's the best deal for you. Now, with that said, if you go on to Elder Scrolls Reddit, Elder Scrolls Reddit has a pinned title on the top, which is pretty much is saying the new Orsium 1-year edition is underway, which is pretty much going to tell you, double nodes and double the drops. And underneath that is going to be links where it's going to be giving you links to a special, one is DL Gaming, which will have one Tamriel at $13.99, which is just cheap. That's just a straight game, and you won't have the DLC. And the Gold Edition is going to be on Green Man Gaming for $39.99. So that's actually cheaper than what they originally priced. So that's something that you can actually go into. I told you the real prices first because I want you to get a gist of what the real prices is. But if you want to go in and do this, that's on Reddit. By all means, it's cheaper. It's over half cheaper, basically, for both. And if you just want to just take out all together, like $40 just to play forever right now is cool. If you decide that you want to play this game after I talk all about this and you go in and everything else. All right. So number two, I know number one was long as hell. Number two, character creation. Now, I am not a fan of character creation in this game. It looks rather blocky and weird and everything else. I wish I could get like the mods that's on Skyrim and everything else like that and bring it in, but you can't. You gotta live with it. It's just gonna look like that. I wish they would upgrade it, but so we're just gonna move on past that. Number three, the cash shop. This game does an excellent job when it comes to cash shop, and it actually was on my list for You Did It Right, in that series where I basically talk about cash shops, but I had to do this video first. So I would probably do the cash shop, talk about exactly in it and everything else. But this cash shop, there's nothing pay to win that I've seen. They always is just about convenience and transaction type of fees, which is basically like if you want to get crowns that'll buy you something else in the game, or if you want to update to Gold Edition or things like that, or if you want some special looking clothes or a pet or a mount or something like that. That's all the shop has. You will not be getting any type of benefit from the shop, which is props to them, and they're keeping the game afloat like that so it can be done, along with the ESO Plus for the people who just don't want to spend that much money. But that Green Man game at $40, come on, dog, that's like McDonald's money. Like going to McDonald's with like, come on, you could afford that anyway. Auction house and trading. Auction house and trading in this game kind of what happened with this game and what they kind of need to do is they need to have a centralized hub in the cities and put that hub there and then allow people to come in and then see trading that's going around in the game. Because what happened right now is you have guilds and people who have made guilds who are trade guilds, and they're kind of like monopolizing everything, and the prices are kind of what they want to be, which is good because you want to play a run economy, but you need people to actually be able to come in and actually see it. A lot of people struggle with that in this game. You don't know exactly how to go about making money or trading with people and stuff like that. And you should, anything that is too hard that you need to read a guide online and not in game to come and figure out how to sell your stuff in game, that's not that great. You're gonna lose people like that. So that's a downside in this game, in my opinion. I know other people will feel differently, but for me it is. Graphics in the world, I love the world and the Elder Scrolls. I've always liked the Elder Scrolls worlds. They're always lush and lore filled, and you have a lot of fun with it and a lot of presentation and a lot of actually running around and having fun in the world. It just looks good. The world look like the characters look. They don't even belong in the world, to be honest with you, and that's kind of funny, but it just does. All right, number 6, combat and spells. My God, I cannot say how much I am appreciative of this game not nerfing its skill and spell system. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you have so many games out there that's dumbing down the stuff that makes us seem like we have to be little kids and everybody has to be the same build. And hey, here's the same build and the same content. You all got to go and do this because you ain't going to be able to do anything else but this build right here that we put in the preset like that. And so that's it for you. You suck. Learn how to play the game. It's pretty much what happens with these other games now. And I'm like, dog, I'm 39. I know how to, I've been playing MMO for 20 years. I know how to fucking make a build. I don't need you to hold my hand. But that's what's going on. And this game, it's not like that. Ain't nobody holding your hand. You can go right out there and suck all you want. Putting points in the wrong place and struggling and eventually having to learn, or somebody come along and say, hey man, why are you trying to melee with that staff? That could happen, and that's what needs to happen. That's how you learn and how you become a better player. But anyway, I could go on forever on that. Storyline, plot, and quest. This is Elder Scrolls, dog. There's plenty of storyline, there's plenty of plot, and there's plenty of quest. It's just there. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it to it, and it's one of those games like Final Fantasy 14. I think 14. Is it 14 or 13? Final Fantasy 14 and Star Wars. Those are games, all of them. Story. And Guild Wars 2 used to be like that, but they kind of fell off. But story is abundant in this game. You can get swept up in it and have a lot of fun with it. By all means, if you get the DLC and everything else, you start playing, getting that DLC and play the game and have some fun. It's definitely worth your time. Classes. Now, I was just telling you before with the skills and the systems, you can have a you can, even with the same type of class, you want to have your werewolf or something like that. Even then, you don't have to be the same type of werewolf like as everybody else. You can do different things. You can do different types. If you want to have a bow build, you can have a bow build that has like some spells along with it. You can do that, and you can make it work. Some people be like, no, you can't do that. You can do that. You can make it work. You can kind of do what you want with this game with classes, and I love it. You can't tell me I'm not gonna not love something like that. So 9, alt and replay value. There's some, but I would say that once you had like 2 characters that kind of wears thin. I know a lot of people would probably feel differently about that, but I feel 2 characters is enough. You can have one character be like range healer type of stuff. You can have one character be melee. I don't feel unless you just have to have different characters or go through different things that you really need to do more than 2. But if you want to do all 4 of the main classes, go ahead, dog. Like, run in there, do it. Dungeons. All right. Here's the problem with the dungeons. The dungeon, they put out dungeon group finder 2.0. It's still a little bit iffy. I don't know why they just can't out in the field. I'm queuing up for this dungeon, come roll with me. I don't understand why games struggle with this, and why this game struggles with it. It's a lot better than what it was in the beginning, but it's still a bit iffy right now. But dungeon wise, the dungeons have lore, and some of the bosses are kind of interesting, and the lighting and stuff like that. It reminds me of Skyrim, like how I wish Skyrim is in some time, and how I mod Skyrim into. Like, they're getting a lot closer. I'm gonna talk about the Skyrim, comparison at the end though. Trade skills. Trade skills are very easy in this game. It's not hard to understand. You can even farm stuff relatively simple, or just run around the world and just picking stuff up. And the game is intuitive to actually allow you and tell you where you can and where you can't do it. So there's that. Now on top of that, you have mods that actually help you out in the modding system in this game, which is not one of the points. The modding system and the mods are actually pretty good in this game, so you definitely want to look into getting mods with this particular game. PvP is one in number 12. I'm sorry. PvP is one of the shining things in this game that's fun. It's like when you make a good build, and it's a good build, and you can adjust situations and kick somebody's ass and just look badass in the YouTube video on it. That's when you know you got good PvP right there. That's when the sieges, the roaming solo PvP, or in a group and stuff like that. I believe that's one of the strengths in this game right there. So if you're a PvP guy who likes MMO and you're just looking for something to do and a cheap alternative, because that's cheap, like, the one time rail, you get it like $14 and then pay for that ESO plus, and that's a very low impact type of thing. And if you choose that you don't want to play anymore, just stop. That's it. And then you can just play normally with the one time rail unlimited, and just do what you want to do, and just keep it concurrent. If there's a event or something, log in for the event, get your items and stuff like that. So works out. Guilds. The guild system, it's a little bit iffy in my opinion. It could be better, but it is a strong point in the game. I feel that the guild system should work a lot more with the game within itself. It's like it's a game outside the game, in my opinion. I know a lot of people have a lot of fun guild wise in this game. Is just I don't know, maybe it's just not for me, and you guys could look into it if you feel differently about that. But yeah. All right, number 14, raids and Endgame. All right, now raids typically are not raids in this game. It's like world events and things like that, and maybe controlled type of veteran. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, because I've only been 50 once, and that was before the game changed to what it is right now. So I know there's veteran hunts, there's now veteran dungeons, CP dungeons when you get to champion level and things like that. And it's more about exploration, and then once you get to Endgame, which is when you get to 50 and you finish out the story, you can then turn around and do the other 2/3 of the game as the other factions. Like, you start doing quests, and other factions start sending you different places. They start sending you to the veteran map, so you start doing those veteran quests. And from what I am actually told, because I haven't actually done this the past 2 or 3 months the way it is now, so I have to keep that perfectly clear and on point with you guys, keeping it clean, because I don't want to say stuff that's not true. I've been told that the DLC plus the new system with the way that the champion system works is extremely fun, and that's where the game officially picks up at. So that is what I was told, and that I researched and everything else like that. This is the one thing, the one area that I can't be 100% clear on, because I started over once this all changed the way it was, because I wanted to see the world the way it's this one Tamriel world that we have going on right now with it. I wanted to see it from the start. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to start over, because that's just what I do in games. And I want to see this and then come back. And that's what I've been doing so far, but I haven't gotten back to the actual max level to see max level type of stuff. But when I was doing that before they changed up the way CP was and everything, and changed the champion levels, that's the way the game was. And I'm told the game hasn't changed much from that. But if you want to have the complete benefit of full end game, you're probably going to need all the expansions to go through with that. That is kind of a definite. If you want to grind faster, if you want to get better and do all the quests in the game, you're going to need the expansions. So that's that. So the conclusion in all this is, at first this game was floundering, and I thought this game was going to fall apart. You saw my video when I had basically like a what had happened video with Elder Scrolls, and I just thought it was going downhill. Nothing was going to come out of it. I was sad, because I wanted to play me some Skyrim online, and I thought this game was going to be. This game is not that. And they never really said this game was supposed to be that. We all assumed. And let's be honest, we assume that, and that's was unfair. It really was unfair because like it's unfair to put a label on the game. But with that said, now the way the game is currently right now, I felt like I was playing Skyrim now. With the way the game is right now, I felt like I was truly playing the Elder Scrolls game, which the way because you can go anywhere you want and do quests that you want, and the game kind of asserts itself and levels to you. So when you go somewhere and you do something, the stuff is like your level and your content. And I felt like I was just going places and doing stuff. I didn't know where the hell I was at, but I was having fun, man. And that's the way it should be. I don't know how they managed to do that. I don't know how they managed to balance it and make it play out like that, but I'm having fun. I got builds. I even want to make a second character because right now I got the melee character. I want to make a ranged character, make a spellcaster character, come and do this as a spellcaster and go in a totally different direction. Let me go this way now and see what happens over there with this spellcaster. And when you have stuff like that, when you have a point where people feel like, my God, I am having fun, you done did it right. So other than that, you guys, on the bottom left is going to be more Should I Plays, and the Should I Plays, I have to pay more attention to it because you guys are starting to love it and like it. On the bottom right, you have the MMO show where I basically talk about MMOs during the week. And the top right, you're going to have my girlfriend who is now on YouTube and doing her thing with YouTube gaming, so please support her. She is a streamer and she's doing quite well with it. And in the middle, you have my nice face right there where you can sub to the channel. Peace, and I will see you soon.